for pre-need funerals, burials, or cremation. Since back in 1975, Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg. In obituary news on this Tuesday morning, funeral service for Mr. Billy Wayne Lucas of Childersburg will be today at 2 p.m. from First Baptist Church of Childersburg. Visitation prior to the service from 1 until 2 at First Baptist as well. Celebration of life service in the sanctuary and burial in the Green Hill Cemetery. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Childersburg Chapel, in charge of the arrangements. Funeral service for Lisa Smith of Childersburg. That service will be 2 p.m. Friday at the Childersburg Chapel of Curtis & Son Funeral Home. Visitation on Thursday evening at the Childersburg Chapel from 5 until 8. Burial on Friday after the 2 o'clock service at the Childersburg Chapel. Burial at Germany Mountain Cemetery. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Childersburg Chapel, directing. And funeral service for Mrs. Reba Odell Puckett, age 93, of Childersburg. That service will be Saturday at First Baptist Church of Childersburg at 2 p.m. Visitation noon until 2 at the church. Mrs. Puckett was a longtime member of the First Baptist Church of Childersburg. She passed away at the age of 93 on Sunday morning. In lieu of flowers, a family request donation be made to the Jan Puckett Memorial Scholarship Fund at Childersburg High School. Online condolences at curtissonfh.com. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Childersburg Chapel, directing. Michael Kite, age 50, of Sylacauga, died Sunday. Radley Smith Funeral Home in Sylacauga with the arrangements. Graveside service for Becky Robertson, age 92, of Sylacauga, will be Wednesday at 2 o'clock. Blue Springs Cemetery in Fayetteville with Reverend Joe Garner officiating. Mrs. Robertson died on Sunday at Sylacauga Health and Rehab. Visitation Wednesday morning, 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. at the funeral home. Memorial messages may be sent to the family at radleysmith.com. Ms. Robertson was a member of the East Side Baptist Church. Radley Smith Funeral Home, Sylacauga, directing. Funeral service for Vincent Wade Presley, age 65, of Alexander City, will be Wednesday at 11 from the Chapel of Radley Funeral Home. Brother Terry Futrell officiating. Burial in the Hillview Memorial Park. The family receiving friends on Wednesday from 9 a.m. until 11 a.m. at the funeral home. Mr. Presley died April the 12th at Russell Medical Center. Memorial messages may be sent to the family at radleyfuneralhome.com. Radley Funeral Home directing. Mr. Presley was a veteran of the United States Army. Funeral service for Mrs. Linda Peppers, age 62, of Alexander City, will be Wednesday at 3 from the Chapel of Radley Funeral Home. Reverend Donald DeLee officiating. Burial in the Hillview Memorial Park. The family receiving friends Wednesday 1 until 3 at the funeral home. Memorial messages can be sent to the family at radleyfuneralhome.com. Radley Funeral Home, Alexander City, directing. Funeral service for Mrs. Olena Tuck will be Wednesday at 1 o'clock from Wright's Funeral Home Chapel in Alexander City, followed by interment in the Corinth Baptist Church Cemetery. Visitation today 2 until 6 at the funeral home. Wright's Funeral Home, Alexander City, directing. Mrs. Maddie Gates died on Saturday at her residence. Funeral services to be announced later by Wright's Funeral Home, Alexander City. Miss Josie Mae Parker Chapman, age 63, of Goodwater, died April 13th at Grandview Medical Center. Graveside service will be 11 o'clock Wednesday at Armour's Memorial Garden in Alexander City. Visitation at the funeral home tonight from 5 until 7. Armour's Memorial Funeral Home, Alexander City, in charge of the arrangements. These obituaries this morning, presentation of Curtis & Son Funeral Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg. 256-245-4361. Curtis & Son Funeral Home,